All right, so we're going to cover my MPX, what parts are on it and why, and the goal of this gun. So we'll start off with the goal of this gun is I thought the MPX was cool. I saw the launch video and I was really excited, and I wanted one like since before they fought the ATF around the weird muzzle brake silencer thing, and I've like always wanted one. So I bought it, shot it as a pistol for a while, SBR'd it. So this is a short-barreled rifle. I have my tax stamp, and the goal of this gun is to be a fun range toy. I've used it to take rabbits and raccoons and stuff out at the ranch that I hunt on, but primarily its goal is to just be fun and cool and a great gun for brand new shooters. So we're gonna do this tip to butt, grand thumb style. We're gonna talk about this gun. So we're gonna start off with this gun is unloaded. This magazine's empty. Chamber's empty because the first thing I'm gonna do is take the silencer off. So this silencer is a rugged Obsidian 45. So it's got a 45 caliber hole. It has a 3-lug adapter on the back to be able to work on a fixed barrel. I love the silencer. It's great. I've got a couple other pistol silencers, but I think that the like round black style with a little bit of protection for my new shooters to make sure they don't burn their hands. I think the silencer is great. Up here, what we have barely sticking out of this handguard is we have an In Lead We Trust 3-lug adapter. So this gives you MP5 style 3 lugs, but also there's a thread protector on here that allows you to run 1/2x28 direct thread mounts. And that's really cool. It's a super small company. I've reached out to them once to ask a question. They were very nice, so I recommend them. I bought a handful of them the second that they came out. And I think that's just a pretty cool technology because the base thread pitch on this is actually 13.5 by 1 metric left hand. And I was running into issues where my suppressor would back off and then I would tighten it and it would loosen other parts of it. So being able to have the 3-lug, I really, really enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on because the gun is zeroed for this can and it doesn't really ever come off. So then here we have a Lancer Industries carbon fiber handguard. Again, this was added mostly because it was lightweight and it kind of looks cool. Since I've gotten this handguard, I have found the value of both lights and lasers, and I think that I'll eventually be willing to take the weight pain of putting a Midwest Industries handguard on here instead. A little bit further back, I have this holosun 503 CU. It has a solar panel here, so if I'm shooting this in the daytime, like at the range, like I can't have a range trip ruined because this optic will work as long as there's light. It's also got pretty good battery life, so I can leave it stored for a while, and if I'm not taking a new shooter out, I'll know that the optic will run when I get there. Yeah, I have this rear sight on, but notice no front sight. The front sight's on the other handguard. So really this should come off. It doesn't really have a great purpose. The mags here, I've got a 30 rounder in front of me and then this little 20 rounder that's inside. I find both of them work out really well. The 20 rounder is pretty handy for resting it on your thigh as you're riding around on a side-by-side. The MPX, if you don't know, is ambidextrous, kind of like my LMT. It's a little bit different. So magazine release right here if you need it, bolt release right there. And if we flip this around, you'll see I've got my engraving as required by the NFA. And then you have a bolt release on this finger, but not a bolt catch. So I can't rack this back and press this button and lock it open like I would on my LMT, but it's still pretty cool. Locks open because I've got an empty mag in. Ambidextrous selector, and notice that when the selector is down, it doesn't touch my finger, which is super important because otherwise it's uncomfortable. Moving a little bit further back, I have this Next Level Armament charging handle, which I really enjoy. It helps keep the gas out of my face when I'm suppressed, and I think it looks really cool. It's a reasonable size as well. And then at the end, I have SIG's adjustable telescoping stock here, and I think this is my favorite of the stocks that are available for this gun. I've got the PDW style brace. I've also got the MP5 clone stock, and I don't like either of them as much as I like this adjustable telescoping one. The gun folds down super small when I need it to. It's got QD sockets on the front, and then I've got a BCM QD socket on the front as well, so I can put a sling on this if required, or if I want my new shooter to be able to wrap their arm and have some more stability with a freehand. But generally the gun stays clean like this with no lights or lasers. This gun may eventually get a Viridian HS1 laser, again, if the goal is to make new shooters confident, that I think that might help. But all in all, love the gun. It's super handy. If I had any cons about it, I would say that it took me a lot of money after buying the gun to get it to the point where I was really happy with it. Both SBRing it, the fact that I had to try out a couple of different stocks. While it's compatible, that's cool. It was a little frustrating to keep having to buy stocks or braces before I got my tax stamp back in order to try and figure out something that was crazy comfortable with it. Also, it's not the lightest of guns. Certainly significantly heavier than my Honey Badger, and my Honey Badger with subsonics is more lethal than this with subsonics. Which brings me to the ammunition boxes I have in front of me. So I generally run 147 grain Blazer. I can buy it in bulk. It's round nose. The subsonic ammunition is significantly quieter for new shooters than supersonic ammunition is. And then over here, for fun factor, I've got some Streak ammo. You can buy it in Cabela's. I think I bought it from their website before it was available there. And by the way, this is being filmed in 2020 where there's an ammunition shortage. You can't find any type of ammunition. But Streak ammo is pretty cool. It doesn't burn. It's a tracer that is cold. And so you can kind of see where you're shooting it at night. And it's it's a little bit gimmicky, but it's a really fun for trying to get new people excited about both silencers, short barrel rifles, and shooting guns in general. So that's my overview. Have a great day.